Okay, this is a Struers polisher. It's a ROTOPOL-22 base unit, a ROTOFORCE 4 head unit. It is fed by a 220 volts 3-phase. Each unit, the bottom and the top, are both wired separately. This unit will not come with any plugs on it because it's generally wired into the facility's electricity. Has both auto and manual modes. The standard for communications for here is set to standard, and it also requires, the head unit requires 73 to 95 psi of air. I've got it set to about 95. You can see from the your front panel here, when it's in auto mode, we'll control the head unit also. You have your rinse water stations here, and then you have what would be your lubricant here on the head unit. So to set it up, there is a handle here on the right hand side, and it's we can set this up either to either station. Once you get it in position, roughly in position, go to the middle, and it will lower the head unit down. You can then fine-tune it to exactly where you want it, and then slowly lock it into place. Once you do that, you can set your controls here. There's menus and your water on and off, your speed, 150 or 300 RPMs, and then you can turn it on or off here. On the head unit, you have also a menu here. You have your downward force, which is in newtons, which is here. Your time, and we're set for single samples, and we're currently in auto mode, and that's just easily turned on and off that way. So we're going to stay in auto. This does not come with a sample holder. So you'll see the fingers come down as this is turning, and I'm going to put this cup under here so you can see the dispense of the lubricant, and that's adjusted here on this dial, the speed of it. I'm going to put it high to make it easier to see, and then you have auto, manual, or stop. So I'm in auto, so it will also start once I begin this. And I've got it set to 10 seconds. So once, and I've got the water on. The water on has to do with these. So I've got the manual shut off here turned off, because otherwise it would be flooding this area, and we don't need to do that, but I will turn it on so you can see it after this run. So I'm going to hit start. You can see the fingers came down and it's rotating. Now you'll notice that it's rotating counterclockwise with the wheel, and that is set according to the wiring. So your phase wiring is what's going to determine it, and then you can set this to rotate in either direction, and that's set up here on the head. So in the manual it describes how to do that, but you want to make sure that it agrees with what you're pushing here, and if it doesn't agree, it has to do with a phase change on there. So I'm not sure if this even went on. Let's do it again. Yes. Okay, so as you can see, we have drips coming out of there. And that's completely adjustable, the speed of that by here. Also, you'll notice that this assembly can slide into whatever position you want along here. It has to do with it where you're doing this side or this side, and then where you want the drips to actually, the lubricant to place itself. I'll also show you here, you have the water units. So I'm going to put a cup here, and I'm going to turn the water on, and I'm going to start this again, and you can see the water has come on, and then you can adjust the force of the water here with this shut-off valve. Okay, on the rear here, we have our power switch for the head unit. The power for this unit is located right over here near the front. You can point that out. Your water line goes in here for those two, and your communications between your head unit and the base unit is here. The head unit, as you can see, also has this blue line, and this is your air input and communication cabling. And over here is the main power for the base unit.